Okay? So again, guys, welcome sa ating synchronous lecture for start ng midterm for the subject differential calculus. Okay? So at the end of this session, hopefully, ito yung mga things na makuha natin. So to illustrate yung tangent line to the graph of a function at a given point, yung apply natin yung definition ng derivative of a function at a given number, and to relate the derivative of a function to the slope of the tangent line. Okay? So let's first recall yung kung paano kinukuha yung equation ng line using yung slope o yung value ng slope. Okay? So recall na pag straight line, isasabi siyang pinaka-simplest geometric figure kasi uh, diba straight line na-form siya kapag meron tayong dalawang point tapos pinag-connect natin yung dalawang point, yung line segment na mapoproduce natin is a straight line. Okay? So it possesses interesting and useful properties, so vital to mathematical concept. So itong nandito nakalagay na equation, so ito yung standard form ng line. Okay? So ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. So meaning, ma-identify mo siya na line siya kapag ganito yung form ng line natin. Ngayon, may mga iba't ibang characteristic yung line na yan. Pwede natin kunin yung y-intercept niya. Okay? Yung in terms of y value ng equation na yan. So pag kinuha natin, so let's try i-transpose natin to the other side yung lahat ng hindi kasama ni y. So by is equals to negative ax minus c, and divide natin both side by b. So we have y is equals to negative a over b, x minus c over b. Okay? So ito yung nakuha natin. So in dealing with lines, may special na term na ginagamit para dun sa mga nakuha nating notation. Okay? So yung para sa first term, dun sa right side, we have negative a over b. So yung negative a over b na yan, correspond saan? So corresponds yan dun sa ating slope. Okay? Slope, or more commonly, dina-designated natin as m. Okay? And then itong negative c over b is more commonly known as yung ating y-intercept. Okay? Okay? So dito pala makita natin na pag sinubstitute natin, itong y-intercept natin usually b, kaya may makukuha natin yung unang type ng equation natin using slope na y is equals to mx plus b. Okay? Naging plus to kasi yung nasa loob ng negative c over b. So doon ang galing tong formula na yan. Na yung formula na yan is nandun sa next slide natin. Okay? So ito yung forms of line using slope. So meron tayong tinatawag na slope intercept form. Yun na nga yung binanggit natin. Then we have point slope form. So sa point slope form, ang given naman sa atin, meron tayong isang point, no? Isang coordinate na given. Then given din yung slope. So makukuha natin yung equation ng line. Then yung last is kapag given ay dalawang point. Okay? So let's say for example, meron tayong dito, find the slope and y-intercept of the line 2x minus 3y is equals to 5. Okay? So para mahanap yan, gawin natin in terms of y katulad nung kanina. So gawin natin 3y is equals to 2x minus 5, or y. Divide natin both side by 3. So we have y is equals to 2/3 ng x minus 5/3. Okay? So from dito sa equation natin, alam natin na yung slope natin na hinahanap is yung 2 over 3. And yung intercept na hinahanap natin is negative 5 over 3. Okay? Question dito sa slope. So nagre-recall lang tayo. Okay na tayo dito? Okay na dito? Okay. So another example, find the equation of the line to the point 2, 1 and perpendicular to the line x plus 2y plus 4 is equals to 0. Yan. Ngayon, so pagdating sa slope, pag straight line pinag-usapan natin, meron tayong tinatawag na parallel tsaka perpendicular na line. Okay? So parallel and perpendicular. Okay? So side discussion muna tayo dito sa tabi. So tinatawag natin parallel ang given set of lines. So halimbawa, meron tayong Cartesian plane, no? Then meron tayong two lines, okay? Then halimbawa, si line 1 is meron tayong slope 1, si line 2 meron tayong slope 2. Masasabi natin parallel yung given line natin o yung given slope natin if M1 is equals to M2. Or kapag kinompute natin yung slope, iba, meron naman tayong mga formula ng slope. So, depende sa given. So, kapag halimbawa given is yung orientation ng line natin, slope can be computed as tangent theta. Okay? Or M is equals to, kapag given yung 2 points natin, y2 minus y1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Okay? So, yun yung mga iba't ibang cases ng pagkuha ng slope. So, pag mapakita natin na equal yung M1 and M2, ibig sabihin, parallel sila. Okay? So, parallel can be used yung gantong symbol. Okay? Dalawang vertical line yun. Okay? Then, pag perpendicular, okay? So, masasabi naman do perpendicular yung dalawang line kapag ganito na yung nangyari. So, meron tayo ditong perpendicular. So, kung si line 1, ito si line 1, line 1, ito si line 2. Okay? Kapag yung, di ba may sariling slope si line 1, ito yung slope niya. Kapag kinuha natin yung negative reciprocal niyan, so ano ang negative reciprocal ng M1? So negative 1 over M1. Okay? So kapag yung negative reciprocal ni M1 ay equals kay M2, our line is said to be perpendicular. Okay? So ito lang yung side discussion natin or refresh kung paano na-identify kung parallel perpendicular yung line. So balik tayo doon sa tanong natin. Find the equation of the line through the point 2, 1. So may given point tayo. So may point tayo na 2, 1. Okay? And perpendicular to the line x plus 2y, x plus 2y plus 4 is equals to 0. So kailangan i-graph natin yung given na point and line para ma-visualize natin kung ano yung hinahanap natin. So, let's say ito yung graphing, ito yung Cartesian plane natin. Okay? So, graphing yung line, yung point. So, 1, 2, 1. So, ito yung point natin. Okay? Then yung line, para mag-graph yung line, pwede tayo mag-assume ng values for x and y. Okay? 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. So, kailangan kunin natin yung value niya. Wait lang. So, pwede nyo gawin dito is gawin yung y is equals to negative x, negative 4 over 2. Para makuha nyo yung value ng y. Okay? So, wait lang. Wala akong calculate. So, negative x minus 4 tsaka 2. So, so ito will be negative 1. Ito is negative 1.5. Okay. And this will be negative 2. Then negative 2.5. Then, okay, negative 3. Okay, so graphing that line, -2, -1, so ito yun. -1, -1.5, ito yun. Sorry, mali pala yun. 1.5. Okay, dito. 0, 2. So, 1, 2.5. So, dito. Okay. So, basically, yun yung sense ng line natin. So, ito yung line natin. Okay. Ang hinahanap natin, yung perpendicular dito sa line na to. Okay. Ito yung line natin na x plus 2y plus 4. Kailangan perpendicular dyan, tsaka magpa-pass through dun sa point natin. So, magpa-pass through dun sa point as perpendicular. So, ito yung line na hinahanap natin. Okay. So, ito yung required line. Okay. So, hinahanap natin yung equation ng line na yan. Okay. Na-admit ko na. Okay. So, para makuha yan, balik tayo dito sa slope intercept form natin. So, meron tayong y is equals to mx plus b. Okay. So, dito nakuha natin kanina. So, itong y na to. Pwedeng ilipat natin maging negative 1/2 x minus 2. Okay. So, pwede natin sabihin na yung slope natin mula dito sa equation na to, katulad ng pag-identify natin, na ang slope natin is equals to negative 1/2. Okay? So, para magkameron tayo ng perpendicular na line, kukunin natin yung negative reciprocal nung slope na yon. Okay? So, negative reciprocal niya. So, reciprocal ng 1/2 is 2 over 1. Okay? Tapos negative. Negative times negative is positive. And 2 over 1 is simply 2. So, ito yung magiging gawin ko m prime. Okay? M prime. Okay? So, ito yung magiging slope nung bagong line. So, kung meron tayong given slope, meron tayong given point, gagamitin natin yung point slope formula. Okay? So, y minus y1 is equals to m times x minus x sub 1. So, we have y minus 1 is equals to 2 times x minus x sub 1, 2. Let's simplify. We have y minus 1 is equals to 2x minus 4. So, change to standard form, we have 2x minus y minus 3 is equals to 0. So, ito po yung ating required line na magpa-pass through doon sa point 2, 1 and perpendicular doon sa given line natin na x plus 2y plus 4 is equals to 0. Okay? Question before we proceed? Okay? So, wala ulit.
Saan ko nakuha yung
Alin?
negative 1 ng x?
Negative 1/2 x.
Minus 2.
Dito. So, di ba 1 to? So, di ba to pag fraction, pwede mo naman siyang paghiwalayin. Ito. Okay, tapos yung negative 4 over 2, sinimplify ko ng negative 2. Okay? Okay na tayo dito?
Sir, ba't po naging 3 yun?
Naging ito. So, yung negative 1, transpose mo dun sa kabila. Naging positive 1. So, negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. Okay? Okay na, okay na?
Opo, sir.
Okay. So, yan. So, application tayo ng limits using yung tangent line. So, pag sinabing tangent line, di ba siya yung line, so side discussion ulit tayo dito. Dito. So, limbawa may given tayong curve sa Cartesian. Okay? Then meron tayong given line. So, halimbawa ito yung curve. Sorry. Okay, halimbawa yan yung given curve natin. So, yung curve na yan, tawagin natin y is equals to f of x. Okay? So, let's say meron tayong dalawang point. Meron tayong isang point dito na P. Tawagin natin P. Kapag nag-pass through tayo ng line dyan, tapos nag-intersect ulit sa isa pang point along the curve. So, tawagin natin itong point Q. Ang tawag natin dun sa segment PQ is a second. Okay? So, second yung tawag natin dun kasi nag-pass through siya ng dalawang line. Ngayon, pag tinry natin mag-change ng location, palapit kay P ng Q, so tawagin natin itong Q1. So, pag nag-pass through ulit tayo ng isa pang line dyan, kay Q, so second pa din siya. So, hanggang lumapit tayo ng lumapit kay P along Q, along do sa curve, may mapoproduce tayong second line. Okay? Hanggang mag-approach si point natin kung saan parang almost um, nasa isang point na si P and Q. Okay? Pag nangyari yon, almost nasa isang point na si P and Q, bago natin yung kulay. So, limbawa, ito na yon, ito yung line na yon. Okay? Kung saan almost nag-approach sa same location si P at si Q. Yun yung tinatawag nating tangent. Okay? Yung tangent ng line. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yun yung line na nagpa-pass through sa isang point along the curve na almost nag-meet yung dalawang point. Okay? So, dito, since yung previous nating discussion ng prelim is about limits, apply natin kung paano hanapin yung slope ng given function using limits. Okay? So, the slope of a tangent line daw, so yung ibig sabihin yung slope nitong kulay blue natin, okay, ito yung tangent line natin. Okay? Yung slope ng tangent line to the graph of f at x sub 0, ibig sabihin at initial point, is the limit of f at a certain point with x sub 0. Okay? So, basta gusto lang sabihin, ito yung gagamitin nating formula. Okay? So, para makuha yung slope nung tangent line na pwedeng dumaan dun sa curve natin sa given point, magawin natin yung original function natin, ima-minus natin ng f x sub o. So, kung ano yung given point, kung ano yung x coordinate nun, yun yung isa-substitute natin, all over x minus yung x sub 0 natin. Okay? So, tingnan natin sa actual example. Okay? So, let's try first example. Okay? Okay. Okay. So, let fx is equals to x cubed minus 1. Show that there is a line tangent to the graph of f at 1, 0 and find its equation. Okay. So, using yung given na to natin. So, kunin ko lang tong para may guide tayo. Okay. So, the equation natin na kailangan. So kung makukuha natin yung slope, basta mag-exist yung limit. Okay? So, i-apply natin. So, limit of f of x minus, yung sa given point natin, 1, 0. So, f of 1 tayo. All over x minus 1 as x approaches 1. Okay? So, ito yung x sub 0 natin. Okay? Then, so, apply na natin. So, yung f of x natin is x cubed minus 1. Okay? Minus yung 1 cube minus 1 natin all over x minus 1. Okay? Then simplify natin. We have x cube. Tapos ito is magiging 0 naman to. So, minus 1 na lang to. No? This will be 0 na. Over x minus 1. Okay? And pag nakita natin, mas mataas yung mas mataas yung exponent nung numerator. So, pwede tayong mag-perform ng division ng polynomial para ma-simplify natin tong nasa limit natin na x cube minus 1. Okay? So, using division of polynomial, so we have x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 1 tapos x minus 1. Okay? So, perform ko lang to. Squared minus squared. So, we have change sign. So, x squared plus 0x. So, plus x. So, x squared minus x. Then change sign. So, we have x minus 1. So, plus 1. So, x minus 1. Change sign. So, we have 0. So, yung pwedeng factor natin is given as, o yung magiging sagot natin ngayon is limit of x approaching 1 tapos x squared plus x plus 1. Okay? Then, apply natin yung limit theorems. So, we have, so limit of x squared plus limit of x plus limit of 1. Then, dito will be 1 squared plus 1 plus 1. So, this will be 3. So, therefore, nag-exist yung limit. Once na nag-exist siya, ibig sabihin yung slope natin is equals to 3. Ngayon, may given tayong point, may given tayong slope. So, yung equation na hinahanap natin dito is y is equals to minus y sub 1 is equals to m times x minus x sub 1. So, y minus 0 is equals to 3 times x minus 1. Then, simplify natin. This will be y is equals to 3x minus 1 or 3x minus y minus 1 is equals to 0. So, ito yung hinahanap nating equation. Okay? Question? Okay. Next, another example. So, different function lang. So, we have 4 minus 3x. Show that there is a line tangent to the graph of f at 0, 4 and find its equation. So, equation lang natin. So, limit of f of x minus f of 0 over x minus 0 as x approaches 0. Kasi ito yung x sub u natin. Okay? So, equals to sa limit of x approaching 0. So, f of x natin is 4 minus 3x minus 4 minus 3 times 0. Okay? Lower x. So, this will be 0 na. So, we have limit of x approaching 0. So, 4x minus 3x minus 4. Sorry. Minus 3x minus 4. Okay? Lower x. So, cancel out natin yung 4. Pag sinimplify natin. So, we have limit of x approaching 0. So, this will be negative 3x all over x. Then, cancel out natin yung x. Natira is limit of negative 3 or simply negative 3. So, therefore, nag-exist. So, yun yung m natin is equals to negative 3. Okay? And then, kailangan natin yung equation ng line. So, we have m natin is equals to negative 3. And yung point natin is equals to 0, 4. So, applying yung slope, yung point slope form, y minus y1 is equals to m times x minus x sub 1. We have y minus 4 is equals to negative 3, x minus 0, or y minus 4 is equals to negative 3x, or simplify natin to sa standard form. We have 3x plus y minus 4 is equals to 0. So this is the required equation and the required slope for the given problem. Okay? Question? Okay? Wala nang question dito kasi pupunta na tayo sa derivative kung wala nang question dito. Okay? So let us go now with derivatives. Okay? Pero hindi muna tayo dun sa by formula na natutunan nyo during senior high. So dun muna tayo sa derivative using increments. So ano yung tatawag natin increments? Increments, so limbawa an increment of x denoted by delta x o change x ang tawag, no? Is the change in x as it increases or decreases from one value. So from one value daw. So x is equals to x sub 0. So meaning yung initial value niya to another na x is equals to x sub 1. So meaning ang change of x daw natin ay equals sa x sub 1 minus x sub 0 o yung final minus initial. Okay? And similarly, the same yun kapag y yung ginagamit natin. So same siya, no? So pag sa y naman, delta y is equals to y1 minus y sub 0. Okay? So, ayan. So, kung halimbawa meron tayong given na function, y is equals to f of x, then, halimbawa nag-change tayo nagkameron tayo ng increase in x. So, pag nagkameron ng increase in x, mangyayari dito is y plus, so since nag-increase ka ng x, mag-increase ka ng y. So, x plus delta x. Okay? And then, di ba si y, pwede natin i-represent as f of x. So, f of x plus delta y is equals to f times x plus delta x. Okay? And kapag isolate natin si delta y, ito ay magiging f x plus delta x minus f of x. Then, para makuha natin yung definition ng derivative, kailangan makuha natin yung change ng y in terms of x. So, kailangan meron tayong in terms change sa x. Okay? So, itong nakuha natin yung formula na ito, yung f, x plus delta x minus f of x over delta x, yun yung tinatawag natin change in y over change in x. Or simply, ito yung average rate of change. Okay? Average rate of change. Okay? So yun yung tatawag natin average rates of change. Yung delta y over delta x. Okay? Noted dun sa mga hindi makaka-attend, i-upload ko na lang yung video recording natin sa LMS. Okay? Okay, malinaw tayo dito. So kung yun yung formula natin, i-define natin yung average rate of change. Okay? So let's say meron tayong given figure na to, meron tayong given curve na y is equals to f of x. So meron tayong dalawang point, itong point na to and then point na to. Tawagin ko tong point P. Meron siyang coordinate na x and y. So gawin ko tong point P prime. Okay? So yung increase in x coordinate niya, so dito sa x coordinate, tawagin natin tong ito yung change in x niya, no? So delta x. Then yung yung change niya sa y, ito yung delta y. Okay? So meaning kung x yung initial point niya dito, yung magiging point ng P prime ay x plus delta x. Then yung y coordinate niya will be y plus delta y. Okay? Tapos, 'di ba yung kanina, yung usapan natin, kung dalawang point yung na-intersect natin tulad nito, ibig sabihin itong line na nandito, itong line na 'to is a second line, PP prime, 'no? Pero 'pag halimbawa nilipat natin ng location si P prime na lipat natin ng location tapos halimbawa, almost nandito na siya sa point din na P, magkakameron tayo ng straight line. Sabihin ko yung kulay. Meron tayong straight line na yun yung tangent natin, no? Okay? So, i-assume natin na tumatama siya sa isang point sa labas ng curve na tawagin nating T. Okay? So, diyan natin pwedeng ano yung definition ng average rate of change natin. So, the ratio delta y over delta x, pina-calculate natin kanina, is the slope of the line joining the 2 points in the curve. Okay? So, slope yun nung second line natin. Okay? Slope ng second line. So, as the delta x approaches 0, so meaning yung change natin dito o yung location natin ng P is nagiging almost wala na dito. Kaya yung sabi ko, almost nagtatouch na yung P and Q. Yung ratio ng curve natin will be the slope of the tangent line. Okay? PT. So, yung limit na yun, tinatawag nating derivative of y with respect to x. Okay? So, yun yung pinaka-meaning ng derivative, no? Yun yung rate of change nung mismong curve natin. Okay? Na kapag meron tayong given point as x approaches 0. Okay? So the derivative of the function y is equals to fx with respect to x at the point x is equals to x of 0 is defined as, so ito yung mga inano natin kanina. So nag-x approaching 0 tayo kasi kung hindi natin x approaching 0, second line yung makukuha natin. Kaya kailangan natin is yung location natin na mag-adjust tayo hanggang mag-approach tayo ng 0 para makapag-create tayo ng tangent line para magkameron tayo ng slope. Okay? Ng slope ng line para doon sa curve. Okay? So kaya meron tayong dy over dx dito o yung limit nung average rates of change natin approaching 0 is equals to itong equation na to. So remember to equation na to nanggaling to dito sa derivation natin na to. Okay? So nilagay lang natin ang limit na mag-approach sa 0 para maging siyang tangent line. Okay? So provided na yung magiging sagot natin exists, we have our derivative of the function. Okay? So in using derivative using increments, matalang tinatawag na three-step rule. So ito lang muna yung other symbols na ginagamit kapag pinag-uusapan natin yung derivative. Meron tayong notation na dxy or dx f of x. Pero yung pinaka-common is y prime. Okay? Pag kinukuha natin yung derivative ng f of x, y prime yung pinaka-common. And then meron din tayong ddx f of x. Okay? So the process of finding dy dx for the given y fx is called differentiation, as we all know na already. So if the derivative exists, f of x is said to be differentiable function. Okay? So again, yung gagawin natin derivative ngayon is hindi pa katulad nung by formulang nakagisnan nyo, no? Okay? So, sa pagkuha ng derivative using increments, we have three-step rule derivative. So, yung first one daw is perform natin tong given equation na to. So, yung original function natin, lahat ng x natin, sa-substitute natin ng x plus delta x, tapos minus yung original function natin. Then, kasunod, yung result natin for the first step, i-divide natin ng delta x. Then yung last is find natin yung limit. So, kailangan natin lagyan ng limit para maging tangent line siya, para makuha natin yung slope ng tangent line. Then kapag nag-exist yung value o may value tayo nakuha, yun yung magiging derivative nung function natin. Okay? So, let us apply kung paano ginagamit yung three-step rule. Okay? So, let's say find the derivative of y is equals to f of x is equals to x squared minus x. So, find the value of the derivative if x of 0 is equals to -1 and x of 0 is equals to 3. Okay? So, may given siyang dalawang cases ng x of 0. So, kunin muna natin yung function natin na limit using yung three-step rule. Okay? So, yung first one natin, yes, alam ko. Okay? So, alam natin do sa direct nating derivation, madali lang talaga to. It's 2x minus 1 lang talaga. Pero kailangan kunin natin siya using increments. Okay? So, i-check natin kung 2x minus 1 yung mga kukuha natin mamaya. Okay? So, yung first step natin, sabi, yung lahat ng x value natin, sa substitute natin ng x plus delta x, tapos maminusan natin ng f of x, ng original function. So, yung f of x natin is ito. So, sa substitute natin x plus delta x, so we have x plus delta x squared minus x plus delta x minus, so ito yung first pa lang natin ha, ito pa lang yung fx plus delta x. Okay? So minus f of x, so yung original natin na x squared minus x. Okay? So simplify natin. So we have x squared plus 2 delta x plus delta x squared minus x minus delta x minus x squared plus x. Okay? So simplify natin itong given natin. So yung x squared magka-cancel out. And then itong x magka-cancel out. Yung delta x natin mababawasan ng isa. So natira doon sa function natin is delta x plus delta x squared. Okay? So yun yung first step natin. Then second step is ano yung second step natin? Divide natin by delta x yung nakuha nating sagot. So delta x minus delta x squared all over delta x. O factor out natin yung taas, yung itong delta x times 1 minus delta x. Okay? Over delta x. So pwede nating i-cancel out. Yung matitira is 1 minus delta x. Okay? Then step 3 natin is kunin natin yung limit of delta x as approaches 0. So limit of 1 minus delta x as delta x approaching 0. So applying limit theorem, so we have limit of 1 minus limit of delta x. So we have 1 minus 0 or limit natin is equals to 1. Okay? Okay, baka may mali ako. Wait lang. May mali ako. Balikan natin yung sa minultiply ko. Okay, so delete muna natin to. Okay, balik tayo dito sa taas. Balik tayo dito. So dapat ito ay x squared plus 2 may x dapat. Okay? Delta x plus delta x squared. Okay? So minus x minus delta x minus x squared. Yes, yan. Plus x. Okay? So, ang pwede na natin cancel out itong x squared lang, tsaka ito lang, dalawa. Okay? So, matitira dito is 2x delta x plus delta x squared minus delta x. Then, pwede natin factor out yung delta x. So we have 2x plus delta x minus 1. Okay? Then, tsaka natin apply yung step 2. Yung di-divide natin, yung given nating sagot by delta x. Okay? So, delta x. So, we have, cancel out natin to. Matitira is 2x plus delta x minus 1. Then, apply natin yung limit. Limit of nung 2x plus delta x minus 1 as delta x approaching 0. So, we have 2 limit of x plus limit ng delta x minus limit ng 1. Okay? So, yung limit x natin magiging constant siya kasi delta x yung ina-approach natin. Magiging 2x plus 0 minus 1 or yung answer natin is 2x minus 1 which is ito yung derivative natin. Okay? So, doon nakuha to. Okay? So, using 3-step rule, nakuha natin yung derivative ng given function. Okay? Question po dito? Okay? Next. So, let's try y is equals to square root of x. So, find the value of the derivative. Di pa pala tapos to. Meron pala tayong at x is equals to negative 1, tsaka x is equals to 3. So, ibig sabihin, substitute lang natin yung value ng x. No? So, yung letter A, kapag x natin is equals to negative 1, so yung derivative natin will be equals sa 2x minus 1 is equals to 2 times negative 1, negative 1. So, y prime is equals to negative 3. So, ito yung unang sagot sa A. Then sa B, kapag x is equals to 3, so y prime is equals to 2 times 3 minus 1. So, we have y prime is equals to 5. Okay? Next, we have find the derivative of y square root of x. So, find the value of the derivative at A for any value of x and B at x is equals to 0. Okay? So, applying 3-step rule, we start with step 1. So, step 1 natin is lagyan natin ng x plus delta x, no? So, x plus delta x minus f of x. Okay? So, ito yung f of x natin. So, yung magiging solution natin will be x plus delta x minus square root of x. Okay? Then, para ma-simplify natin to sa radical, so pwede tayong kunin natin yung conjugate niya. Okay? Yung conjugate nitong given radical natin is x plus delta x plus square root of x all over square root of x plus delta x plus square root of x. Okay? So, pag minultiply natin yan, ang mangyayari sa atin is mawawala yung quantity. So, x plus delta x minus x all over square root of x plus delta x plus square root of x or delta x all over square root of x plus delta x plus square root of x. Okay? So, yun yung sagot natin sa first one. Then, yung second one natin is di-divide natin ng delta x. Okay? So, meron tayong delta x dito. So, square root of x plus delta x plus square root of x. So, cancel out natin yung delta x. So, we have 1 over square root of x plus delta x plus square root of x. Okay? So, ito yung number 2. Then, sa step 3 is lalagay na natin siya sa limit. Okay? So, limit of delta x approaching 0. So 1 all over x plus delta x plus square root of x. Okay? So applying limit, okay, so itong limit of 1 all over, so limit of x plus limit of delta x, tapos naka-raise sa 1/2, so yung square root yun, plus limit of x 1/2. Okay? Then to will be 1 all over. Yung x natin will be constant, so x plus 0, 1/2 plus x 1/2. Okay? So magiging itong 1 over square root of x plus square root of x, or 1 over 2 square root of x. So this is yung ating derivative. Okay? So pag chinek nyo sa using formula, kung naalala nyo, yan yung magiging sagot kapag inano natin yung square root of x. So kung natatandaan, bawa square root of x is equals to x raised to 1/2. Applying derivative formula, so 1/2 x 1/2 minus 1. So 1/2 x raised to negative 1/2. So since negative 1/2 yon over 2, so sa ilalim x. Okay? So ito yung sagot. So same lang nito. Okay? Then for the question letter A, yung for any value of x, so ang sagot lang din natin is yung mismong equation lang din natin, no? So kahit anong value ng x yung ilagay nyo, yan yung magiging formula niya. Then sa B, kapag ginawa nating 9, so y prime is equals to 1 over 2 square root of 9. So 1 over 2 times 3, or 1 over 6. Okay? Okay? So okay naman tayo dito sa 3-step rule. Okay? So please try the next example. Okay? So, sige. Kahit ako lang.
Negative 1x squared ang sagot po.
Negative 1.
X squared.
Ulitin mo. Negative 1
Over
over.
x squared.
Yan. Okay. So yung sagot dyan, negative. Ano, no? So, y is equals to 1 over x, or x raised to negative 1. So, applying yung derivative formula. Yung derivative formula natin, i-discuss pa naman natin, pero magiging siyang negative 1, x minus 1 minus 1. Magiging siyang negative 1, x minus 2. So, negative 1 over x squared. Okay? So, ito yung kailangan nating mapalabas using derivative ng increment. Okay? So, fx plus delta x minus f of x. So, we have 1 over x plus delta x minus 1 over x. Then, para makombine yan, we have x plus delta x. So, meron tayo ditong x minus x plus delta x. And we simplify. We have x minus delta x all over x times x plus delta x. So, magiging 0 na to. So, we have negative delta x all over x times x plus delta x. Okay? Then sa step 2 natin, introduce lang natin si delta x sa denominator. So, over delta x, x plus delta x. So, cancel out. Is equals to negative 1 all over x times x plus delta x. Okay? Then, step 3 is lagay natin sa limit 1 over x plus delta x. as delta x approaching 0. Okay? So we have limit of 1 all over limit of 1 multiplied by limit of 1 plus limit of x d1, sorry, limit of x times limit of x plus limit of delta x. Okay? Then ito will be 1 over, si x is constant dito kasi delta x yung consideration natin. So x plus 0. So we have 1 over x squared. So nawala yung negative sign ko, sorry. So same yan nung y prime na nakuha natin using formula. Okay? So same nito. Okay? Okay na po ba? Okay, question? Okay. So if you don't have any question, this is the end of our lecture for today. Okay? So I'll be posting an activity regarding three-step rule differentiation tsaka yung sa ating tangent line.
Sir, di na po ba kami pwedeng gumamit ng d over dx?
Ng alin?
Kung
Pwede
d
naman.
over d,
Pwede naman. Kaso for this discussion, kailangan ko yung sa increment. Okay? Kasi yung
pwede
next
po,
topic natin, gagamitin
pwede
na
po siyang
natin yung,
gamitin pang check.
yes, pan-check, okay lang. Ang verify lang kung tama yung nakuha yung sagot sa increment kasi mas challenging yung increment eh. Kasi para ma-appreciate nyo lang din naman yung ano, yung mismong derivative, no? Kasi pag alam nyo na yung formula, pero wala lang, para ma-appreciate nyo yung limit. Okay? So, yung next topic natin will be yung sa formula na. Okay? So, derivative by formula tayo. So, alam ko namang na-discuss yun na yun during senior high, pero babalikan natin. Isa-isa. Then, tsaka tayo magsasolve ulit ng mga equations. Okay? So, for this particular topic, do you have any more question? If none, this ends our discussion for today. So,
Thank you po, sir.
okay. So, pa-standby na lang